Hey guys, welcome back. So, it's been a little bit again, but we've got another project. It quote unquote kind of came from the free pile. So my brother-in-law's father-in-law was having issues with his tiller, and it was not this tiller. This is his old tiller. He had issues with his new tiller. It was only, I think, less than a year old, and really wasn't necessarily video worthy. It was just bad gas, so we got that gas cleaned up out of there, flushed out, cleaned the carburetor up. It's running perfect. But you know, before doing all that, he gifted upon me his old one right here. So this is a Troy-Bilt pony. It's actually not a bad little tiller. Kind of fairly heavier than you think it would be, but this one did not run at all. The gasoline in this one had turned into tarry varnish. It was really bad. So thankfully there wasn't any gas in the tank, so there really wasn't much to clean out there. But upon taking apart the carburetor, the old one, see if I can grab it here. It was pretty bad. You can see it's all corroded. It was full of tar, and this is after I've cleaned it up, and there's just, I could have bought a rebuild kit for it and prayed that it would have worked, but you know, we just went ahead and got a new carburetor for 15 bucks. You know, for a free tiller, it's really just not worth it. So here's the new one. Obviously much better condition. A little bit of a Chinese knockoff, but this particular brand had pretty good reviews. You know, for the most part, for 15 bucks, you really can't complain. So only took a day to get here. So let's see about getting this popped on and see if we can't get this thing up and running here real quick. So first thing, we will go ahead and get this carburetor popped on here. See if I can get you guys a decent angle here. Give you a little bit of a zoom in. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. There's not really much to these. So you have your governor arm right here, and then you simply have this small spring, and see if I can get it right there. If it will cooperate. So you'd think with this fancy ass camera it would be able to focus. Okay, there we go. So you can see right here where that yellow or that white grommet is, excuse me. That's where your governor arm is going to go in, and then you'll see this smaller hole to the right of it. That's where the spring is going to go in. So apologies that it took so long to get that to focus correctly, but we'll blame Sony, not me. I didn't build this camera, I just bought it. Okay. Getting this looped in here. It's a little bit easier to start with the spring and then the governor lever. Just like that. There we go. Okay. Carburetor's all hooked up. We can go ahead and get our fuel tank installed here. Just like that. Okay. Not exactly sure where that's gonna rest happily. I guess we shall see soon enough. Let's get this fuel line pressed on here. Okay. Should be good. We've got 4 of these bolts, shoulder bolts here that hold this fuel tank on. Now, just so everybody knows, I have not heard this engine run, and I have no idea why he stopped using this and bought a new one. I assume, based on his history of outdoor power equipment and the way he treats it, it was simply old gas related, just like the other one. That's probably a pretty safe bet. So, let's go ahead and get this plate reinstalled here. Oops. That you guys can see what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. I'm just going to go ahead and back out so we get everything back in the picture. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install this plate. So this is for the air cleaner. There's 2 bolts with a gasket in between that hold this on. Real soft torque since we're not doing it by hand. Alright. Now for the air filter cover. Just put these tabs here in the bottom and then flip up, just like that. We'll also go ahead and tighten that down. As you can see, there's some plastic here that's broken, but yeah. That's choke on, that's chokes off. So just one more piece here. But I'll go ahead and try to get this installed here. You can see right here, there's an indentation. It's kind of hidden behind this sticker right there. But that's how you slide it over this throttle lever. So you line that up and then it will press itself on and over. But we actually need to pop this off. Okay. Now, let me see about getting this lined up. So, got that all the way on off. Test this throttle. It's all the way to fast. That's all the way to slow. All right. Like I said, this will be a fairly short video. We've got everything set back up. Let's try to get some gasoline in there. Got a little bit left. Might need to go into the other tank. Yep, that's about done. Don't worry, folks. No gas shortage here. Plenty more where that came from. Should be good enough. I don't want to go too crazy. Just in case there's some kind of issue. Now, I've seen other versions of this particular Intech engine, and right here, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, so right here, there's like a little plastic, thick plastic sticker. If this had a fuel shutoff valve, that is where it would be. This particular model does not. So, just FYI. There are a couple of differences and variants of this motor. So let's go ahead and give it a start. A couple pulls, see what she does. Almost forgot this breather tube. The most important thing of all. What do we think's going on here? Is it getting fuel? That's question one. No, it is not. I think there might be a little cloggy clog in that fuel tank still. See if we can get a little air flowing up through here. There we go. Want a little bit of gas. See what we got. Oh, she coughed. There we go. Well, there we go. Everything seems to be working just fine. I think we still have a little bit of a clog in this fuel line. Not the line itself, noise alert. Not the line itself, but the outlet of the fuel tank. You know, like I said, this thing had some, the little bit of gas that was left was, you know, it was trying to turn back into a dinosaur. So, you know, it was nothing but tar, you know, land of time shit. Land before time. A lot of times with these, you know, you can try to save the carburetor, you know, by cleaning it out, throwing it in a parts tank, carb cleaner, stuff like that. And you know, if cleaning that out in that manner works, like you've seen me do on that four-wheeler and some other things, you know, more power to you, and that's great. But sometimes, like in this case, they're so far gone that it's just not necessarily worth it. And nowadays you come down to, you know, this isn't a piece of junk. It still works now, and it'll probably function for years to come, hopefully, if it's taken care of. But, you know, these days you gotta ask yourself, you know, is it just screw the rebuild kit, let's just get a whole new carburetor, you know? A lot of times for these small Briggs and Kohlers and Hondas and Kawasaki's and, you know, these little engines like this, you know, you can get the whole carburetor between $15 and $20. And it comes with a whole bunch of crap you don't even need. Fuel filters, little pieces of fuel line, other stuff, you know. Spare bolts. Now, do they vary in quality quite a bit? Yeah. That's why I always check out the reviews and hope for at least, you know, a decent number of reviews on Amazon. I go through the reviews. You know, are these just paid bot reviews? Item was very good. Very pleased. Item worked well. That's not a real review. If, you know, I'm getting pictures and feedback from real folks telling me, you know, this is how well it worked, this is how easy it was to put on, everything lined up, everything matched, the machining was good, seemed to be decent quality, or decent enough to work and run the way it's supposed to, then yeah, you know, I think that's a $15 gamble. It's more than worth it, especially with free returns on this stuff. If you have an issue, you can turn it back in. You know, if it's a expensive piece of equipment like this right here that's, you know, thousands of dollars, you know, I'd probably just step up and get a new Kawasaki carburetor if needed. But this one is not carbureted, it's fuel injected, but you get the idea. You know, it's better to just bite the bullet and pay for the real thing. In a case like this where it's free and, you know, you really got nothing to lose, what's a $15, $20 investment that just gets it running and gets it doing what it needs to do? So that's my take on it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Should have more to come. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Please subscribe so we can get more of these videos out. And the more projects I have to come, the more that I will upload these videos. So thanks again. Look forward to seeing you later.